keď už máme, tak si spokojný. Či to je veľa?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, hello.
A za ruky.
Good afternoon, Coach. Good, how are you?
Good.
Asi, hej, lebo teraz to Katie Day Čičo a popravde aj tak moc vyzerá. Ale vieš to...
Number 56, Miguel Janowski. Number 2, Andrei Ziegler. And forward, number 27, Ladislav Nagin. Number 19, Bijan Nekov. And number 13, Thomas Joko.
Welcome everybody inside Royal Arena. Ryan Rishaug alongside Mike Johnson for preliminary round action here in Group A at the Men's World Hockey Championship. France and Slovakia both with designs on a quarterfinal berth, both with an outside shot, both needing a win here today to keep those hopes alive. France opened the tournament with a 7-0 loss to Russia, followed up by beating Belarus 6-2, 4-0 loss to Sweden. Slovakia lost in overtime to the Czechs, lost to the Swiss and then beat Austria 4-2. Florian Hardy getting his third start of the tournament. He stopped 54 of the 60 shots that he has faced.
They sat out Florian Hardy, didn't even have him backing up last game to rest him, because I think France has designs at an outside run at the quarterfinal spot, knowing they need to beat Slovakia today to have a chance to get there.
Stefan da Costa starts out for France. Dumps it in. Ciliac plays it into the corner. Thrown to the middle of the ice. Da Costa was taken down. And now knocked out to center. Play whistled on the offside.
Stefan da Costa, the captain, #1 centerman for France. And in the game against Belarus, where there was a little bit more time and space than Russia and Sweden, he was dynamic all over the ice, all over the score sheet, putting on a show with the kind of skill he has if you give him just a little bit of time.
Meanwhile, on the right wing for France, his brother, Teddy da Costa, wearing number 80.
They don't get to play together, though. Coach not having a family affair on the first line.
There's only one first liner in the family, apparently. Brought in across the blue line.
And Teddy is reminded of it daily.
As Marek Delaga logging the puck up ice. Delaga steps over the line, drops it off. Snapshot by Hovorka is blocked.
Saakashvili can barely get off the ice. No weight on his left foot whatsoever after blocking that shot.
Martin Faherberry. Chipped in by David Boots, but another offside.
It's amazing how sometimes a 100-mile-an-hour shot doesn't bother you. And this little wrister from Hovorka, it's not that hard, but it gets Saakashvili right in the side of the foot, and he was down and laboring. It's not a lot of padding there if you don't wear the plastic shot blocking guards. That stings.
People wonder why players don't wear the shot blockers more often, but sometimes they'll try and slide them on at the start of a penalty kill.
You know, back in 2000, I was playing for Tampa. Steve Ludzik was our coach, and he suggested we do just that. Have these Velcro shot blockers we could throw on for kill penalty.
Puck right out in front of Florian Hardy.
We thought he was crazy.
I can tell by the tone of your voice.
Turns out he was ahead of the curve. I mean, everyone wears them now. We just thought it looked ridiculous.
It's that long time debate about should your best players be killing penalties and expected to block shots as part of that.
Yes.
This is Texier, Columbus Blue Jackets' second-round pick, firing it off the side of the net. Texier works it to the middle, steps out, tries to load it up, slides it wide. This is Leclerc over the line. Weak shot, handled by Ciliac. Back the other way comes Kaderna. Threw it to the middle of the ice. Marcinko has it knocked away. Headman pass, skips away from Singal. Manavian. Hard rim around the boards for Leclerc. Kept in by Sekera. Andre Sekera waits, fires, up high, and he missed. Wraparound attempt. And that won't go. Back comes Perret. He's content to dump it in, and he'll change with the rest of his line. Andre Sekera won a silver medal 2012 with Slovakia. Captaining this group. He'll play a lot of minutes today on the left side defense. Puck played up ice for da Costa. Thrown down low. Anthony Resch gets bodied in behind the netminder. And that's Thomas Jurko turning it over. Damien Fleury working out of the corner. Fleury with a goal and assist in the tournament for France to this point. And away comes Slovakia. Nagy dishes. Chance there for Jurko. Florian Hardy made the save. Now loading it up. was Jaros, and Hardy had to be sharp there. Fleury through the middle of the ice. Misses DaCosta with the pass. Jaros, long dump in for Hardy. Might have been able to lead that for an icing. Sasha Trey into the middle, left side. Trey picks it up behind the net. Trey looks out front. Had a man in the high slot. Lavorka. Moved out through mid-ice. Bakash. Nice move to the middle. Bakash with a high shot. Nice little dangle from number 83 off the shoulder of Hardy. Bakash again. Working away from Janil into the middle. Shot just trickles wide. Played out in front. Spinning and firing again. And Hardy is seeing some early action. Damian Rao buys some time, circles back. Waited a little too long. Gets some help from Shakiachvili. On the wing for Dewey. He lost it. David Bondra was off the hand pass.
A couple of chances at either end, but Slovakia with a good look here. Laggy down the middle. Kicks it over to Yurko, who's got a pretty clean look into the net. He's trying to go short side. Does not elevate it high enough to get it over the pad. And here's a nice pull from Teddy DaCosta over to Trey, and he gets it up on Ciliac, who gets a piece. Distinctive heavy beard he's got going since day one of this tournament, Sasha Trey.
Just over the line, 2-on-1 pass, shoots, scores! David Bondra opens the scoring, 1-0 Slovakia.
David Bondra, yes, that is the son of Peter Bondra, and he grabs his first of the tournament. Quick transition play, catching France up ice. Nice play by Boots. Dragging Hekafoy over towards him before he passes it to Bondra. Catch, release, and good finish past Florian Hardy. Rolling puck the whole way, but he manages to get enough of it to get it over Hardy in the back of the net. And there it is. That smile for David Bondra. First ever men's national team goal.
4 years at Michigan State. Dad Peter with 892 career points.
He's got the number like Dad. Different kind of player.
Not quite the same.
Not quite the speed,
stride.
exactly. But he's got one on the board anyways.
He does. It works for him. This is Kuderna cutting to the middle. Galaga lays it down low. Bodied there was Singal. Marcinko comes away with it. Pad save. Dominic Graniak, 34-year-old, playing in his 12th World Men's Championship. He's number 51. This is Merrick Galaga. Versus to nobody. Graniak will come across. They'll try and get organized here. Slovakia will play it all the way down the ice, and they had time to work with there, but
yeah, Dalaga and Christoph having a little conversation about their miscommunication. The pass made right here as French defenseman steps up. Texier doesn't have enough support in the middle, so it's a clean 2-on-1 and well executed. Hardy almost gets it with the windmill stick effort. David Bondra beats him to get his first.
France wins the draw. Back to the line. Damian Rao's shot off of Thomas Yurko up over the glass into the netting. 1-0 Slovakia here in Copenhagen. Solid start for Slovakia here this afternoon. Leading on the shot clock 5-2 and on the scoreboard 1-0. Face off in Slovakia's end. They'll grab the draw. Farivari threw it out to the middle of the ice. Now chipped over the line. Christoph gives chase. Rimmed around for DaCosta. He takes a bump. It's Nagy throwing it back to the point. Long bank pass off the end boards. Onto the right side for Damien Fleury. Working his way up ice. Fleury trying to buy himself some space. Fires it high and wide.
Gotta give Vladislav Nagy some support in the back check. Fleury too quick. Nagy could not catch him and close the gap.
Hard rim off the stick of Celiak. German into the offensive zone. Two French players converge on him. Pasha to the backhand, has it knocked away. Martin Bakash to the left side. Everybody looking at the official. Navion maybe getting away with one there. Into the middle of the ice. Teddy DaCosta. Rifles out wide. Sasha Troy. Funny bounce off the end glass. Svitana to Bond with a goal scorer on the far side. Loading and firing. It was Tchaikovsky. And Hardy got enough of that. Trey had an opportunity. Puck skips away from him. Jonathan Janil. Damien Rao. Texier chops it over the line. Weak shot from the left side. Off the stick of Florian Douay.
You mentioned Manon Villon. Did he get away with a trip here as he steps up on Hasek and absolutely drags his stick right through the skates of Hasek and clips him with his boots as well. Was fortunate enough to escape with that one. It's an interesting tournament for Slovakia because they started with a couple of really big games against the team they were going to compete with, the Czechs and the Swiss. And they lost the first game late on a brilliant effort by Netchas with 10 seconds left to tie it, then lost in overtime, and then followed that up with a loss to the Swiss. And from those two games, it really sets their tournament back because those are the two games they needed to pull points out of to battle for a third or fourth place finish.
Program that lost to the United States in the quarterfinal at the Olympics this year.
There's so many great Slovakian players that are kind of that 35 to 45 years old, that great generation. Miro Satan sitting right in front of us. One of them don't have the high-end talent that they once did.
Right back to the point, Delaga. Kaderna. On the boards, now he chases. Singao. Kaderna looks back to the point, that's covered. Battle along the wall. Kaderna flipped it back to Granyak at the point, got past him. And Slovakia will reset. Michael Christoph. 2 goals in the tournament so far for Slovakia. Nagy in on the right side, swoops behind the net. Nagy left it for Christoph. Looking for Yurko on the sneaky back pass, but Yurko was not expecting it.
What kind of pass was that? Cheeky from Christoph.
Yes, Yurko had vacated the slot. Back inside Royal Arena, 1-0 Slovakia here in Group A action. Meantime, the United States taking on Latvia in Group B. And news today, the United States will have their blue line bolstered, Mike.
Charlie McAvoy on his way over. The Boston Bruins helping a few different teams in the tournament after their defeat to the Tampa Bay Lightning. That's a big add. Charlie McAvoy's excellent player, should thrive on the bigger ice surface as well.
U.S. off to a great start to their tournament. 3 wins, one of them in the shootout against Canada. Yarrow centers, had Nagy. Yarrow still on it. DaCosta. Gives it back for OV2. Up through center. Janicic. Bakash. Dumps it down into Florian Hardy. Hard rim around for Fleury. And a turnover. Out of the corner. Back to the line. Janicic steps in. Dishes it off. German working his way. Throws it back to the point. Janicic looking for the bank to Bakash. Janicic fires again. Tipped dangerously in front. Janicic firing away all over the place from the blue line. Hasek has it knocked away from him by Fleury. Throws it all the way down the ice under Ciliac. German looking for help, gets closed on.
6 guys on the ice right now for France, though. Still 6 guys on the ice.
And nobody for him to pass it to.
So that'll be too many men on the ice going up against the French.
Too many men on the ice.
Dave Henderson, head coach, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Not pleased with that. We've seen a lot of that in this tournament. Maybe because these guys don't play together all year long, that kind of chemistry and continuity. Even when they change, there's too many guys.
Traditionally, it's called a little tighter in international play than it is in the NHL, but most of these players very used to the international game.
Opportunity here, though, for Slovakia to stretch it out. So Andrej Sekera, their captains, have got a power play goal in this tournament already. A couple power play points. And when he agrees to come over to play for Slovakia, he's knowing he's signing up for about 25 to 30 minutes a night against the good teams. I mean, they are going to lean on him as much as he's capable of.
Up and down year for him with the Edmonton Oilers. Missed the first couple of months of the season, recovering from a knee injury he'd sustained in the playoffs.
It's never easy, especially as you get a little bit older and Sekera into his 30s now, to recover from those more significant injuries, bigger surgeries. And yeah, he wasn't quite the player he was last year when Edmonton had their great run after he returned. Maybe next year when he's got a full year of healthy knees under his belt, he'll be better.
Got a number of years remaining on a big contract. And Sekera's away with it. Through center to the left side. Galaga. Hashak's stick fell apart. He'll go to the bench to grab a fresh one. Slovakia will try and buy some time, but gets thrown down the ice.
Most of the time, you know if your stick has been hit. Clearly, Hashak's stick had been hit in some capacity, whether by a slash or a puck, because he just took an innocent little wrister and the thing broke in half. I'm surprised guys aren't more aware when they get on the ice that they got a damaged twig.
Martin Bakash down in the left corner. Back to the point. Galaga steps to the backhand, works his way down, and misfires on the pass to Bakash. Hashak. Havorka. Back to the line, Granyak. Down to Havorka. And that pass picked off. Away comes Nikola Ritz. Ritz over the blue line. But over on the right side, in a couple of feet offside, was Perret.
Uninspiring play by the Slovakians on their power play. Just careless with the puck, not quite determined with what they're trying to do. There's Coach Craig Ramsey, longtime NHL player and head coach, assistant coach. Coached me many years ago with Tampa, as he was an assistant to John Tortorella there. And talking to him in this tournament, first thing he said is, it's hard. This tournament is hard for countries like Slovakia. Margin error is so small, expectations almost unreasonably high for the Swiss and the Slovakians, Belarusians apparently as well.
Bad turnover, deep in Slovakia's end. Would you say that he was the good cop towards bad cop?
He was certainly the quiet cop. Torts had the volume knob turned up a little louder. But Torts, for all of his reputation, was an excellent communicator. Sometimes he said it loudly to your face in front of other people, but he was honest.
Jaros with a shot. The rebound was right there for Boots, but he couldn't grab it. These players just want to know where they stand, right?
Well, absolutely. Good or bad, tell me what's going on and why. I may disagree with you, but at least I'll know where I'm at. And you'd be surprised how little that happens in hockey.
Fairbury moves to work in the offensive corner, gets popped hard by Teddy DaCosta. Moderna down in that corner as well, thrown back to the line, waiting, firing, blocked. That coming from Martsenko. Johan Ovitu, other Oiler defenseman in the game tonight. Shot off the right side. Ciliac pads it out to the blue line. Thomas Jurko takes the headman pass. Jurko, the head of steam. Another chance. Jurko takes it to the net. And he took a high stick.
Flipped Hardy on his way down as well.
Big collision here in Copenhagen. Power plays on the way.
Team France, number 4. 4 minutes for high stick.
So with 4:32 here in the opening frame, Slovakia is going to get an extended power play. 4-minute double minder handed out to Anthony Manevian. Got the stick up on Thomas Jurko, who was driving the net hard. Not much doing on that first power play, Mike, for Slovakia. Fairly disorganized.
No, and big opportunity here to go up 2 late in the first period, basically on the power play for the remainder of it. 4 minutes, got to keep the tempo high, shift short, and intensity up, all of which were lacking in the first power play.
Kristoff gains his own. One of the defenders without a stick, that's Perret.
Knock that broken piece out of your way if you want.
And here's Jurko. Back to Sekera. Perret still with no stick. Not getting one anytime soon. Actually, check that. Ran to the bench. Oh, player hopped on for him, and he grabbed a stick as well. Shot to the front of the net. Save is made.
That's Andrej Sekera. He's the quarterback of the power play. They got a guy out there with no stick that they've isolated, and he throws a pass to nobody in particular. Goes in the corner for a scrum, allowing the French to get a body change on there. Just little details, not sharp yet for Slovakia.
Wrapped around by Hasek. Bakash over there. Wasn't there in time. And that's fired up into the benches.
It's always a lonely time. Waiting the 4 minutes, and then Albion gets split, and another one, he's trying to lift a stick, nowhere near it, right under the visor. Obviously caught some skin, and Thomas Jurko goes down hard, but on his way down, there you see the blood off the eye of Jurko. He actually clipped Florian Hardy, who was a bit shaken up and had to fix his gear.
We'll do that face-off over again.
Gonna leave a mark on Jurko. Wow, he is gonna have serious black eye going tomorrow.
2:47 remaining in the 4-minute power play. Martin Bakash through center. Back to the line. Delaga throws it across the ice, gets it back. Marek Delaga over to the far point. Once again, the passing of Slovakia misfiring. Back to the line. Graniak wanted it, pushing himself down into the corner. Delaga. Graniak bodied at the blue line. The puck is cleared. And the first 2 minutes killed off clean by France. It allowed 7 power play goals coming into this game.
7 goals and 14 attempts against.
50% penalty kill.
Don't need to be a mathematician to figure out that that is not good.
Around the boards for Bakash. Down to Navorka, back to Bakash. Out to the line, Jaros. Graniak, touch pass. Bakash was not there. Working into the high slot, Jaros looks, low pass, and a shot off the stick of Graniak. And Florian Hardy slid across.
And Graniak comes upset because he fanned on this shot completely. He catches too much ice, he goes right underneath it. Throws a changeup at Florian Hardy. Has his first bit of action in this penalty kill. Watch how he goes underneath this. And Hardy's able to make a much easier save than it should have been. It's not been a very good power play at all for Slovakia.
Top unit checks back in, Nagy, Kristoff, and Jurko.
But I've watched it for 3 games. I'm not exactly sure what they're trying to do. You know, like that, there's no cohesive plan as to what their setup is, where they're attacking from, who's the quarterback. It's very freelance oriented, and it's not working.
Even on the breakouts. Moved in across the line by Nagy. Gives it to Jurko. Back to Sekera. Jurko down low. Nagy. High pass back to Sekera, but the stick was up too high. And another whistle. 42 seconds left in the 4-minute power play.
But despite all that, one good effort, one good rush, one opportunity as see the Sekera knock it down. And they are able to score one before the end of the period. All will be forgiven. They'll feel great about it. That's the nature of hockey. You could be a little diluted by success even if you don't really deserve it.
Kristoff in over the line. Neatly broken up by Nikola Ritz. Nagy takes the pass, hops across the blue line. Down to Kristoff, back to Nagy. Kristoff lays it down into the corner. Nagy and Jurko this time. Oh, tried to go upstairs. Might have had some space. Referee blows it down as Hardy might have taken that one up high.
Yeah, he got bumped by Jurko as he takes it to the net. At least someone with an authoritative stride. Trying to go short side. It does look like there's some space there. It's the stick on the fall through that got up and towards the neck and mask of Florian Hardy. And so the referees are going to protect the goaltenders at all costs. Thomas Jurko now making his presence felt through the penalty, attacking the net. And if all those fails, if no passing options are available, the best way to open them up is to do exactly what he just did. Take it to the net. Draw some people towards you. Open up the pass for next time.
Now keep him honest. Dominic Gragnac from the point. Shot caught Hardy up high. And that'll do it for the 4-minute minor. France dodges a bullet. And some much needed statistical help for their penalty kill.
Or just pad the stats now.
Hardy will come out to play that. Damian Rao throws it over to OV2. And that'll do it for the opening frame. Slovakia got one, had an opportunity for a few more, but the power play stalls them. 1-0 after one.
The score in the first period, Slovakia 1 and France 0. Shots on goal, Slovakia 12, France 4.
representing France, number 4. 4 minutes for high stick. up, light it up.
Back inside Royal Arena, getting set for second period action here between Slovakia and France. Florian Hardy stopped 11 of the 12 shots he faced in the first period. France, meanwhile, managed just 4 on Marek Ciliak. Game between these two teams, both looking to keep quarterfinal hopes alive. After today's game, the schedule for Slovakia, Mike, stiffens up for a few days. Sweden and Russia back-to-back.
That's going to be a challenge. Daunting task. Those two teams are the class of Group A by a considerable margin and have looked it so far. But it'll be a better test tonight. Next game tonight here in Copenhagen is the Czech Republic against Russia. The Czechs fought hard and lost 3-2 to Sweden earlier this week. So Russia, for the first time, will have to probably pay attention to their opponent.
For the most part, the top teams have taken care of business, but an upset last night in Herning.
Well, it just goes to show. A hot goalie, a couple breaks, power play goal, and it was Denmark upsetting Finland, who had looked unbeatable, much like Russia had the first few games. A juggernaut and the hometown, home country team with a wild upset late power play goal for the win.
What a night for Freddie Anderson.
Well, that'll be one for memory banks. To feel the crowd, the energy of the building in your hometown, let alone your home country.
DaCosta. Dumped down in behind Marek Ciliak. Dominic Graniak to the middle. Over the line with a chance and a high shot. Goes way up over the net off the stick of Haborka.
Pretty similar break to the way Slovakia scored their goal, though. Skating through the middle, and it's Hek Foy who gets caught up a little too high. This time, Shakshvili had backside support, but that defenseman getting caught standing up in the neutral zone.
Teddy DaCosta in to take the draw. Stepping in for Slovakia is Hashin. Shakshvili takes possession. Hands it off. DaCosta dumps it deep. Trey into the forecheck. Aggressive in bumping his man. Slovakia's away. Hashin tried to throw it behind the net. Picked off. And a turnover. Right into the middle. Back to the point. Low shot. Got through a few bodies. Pushed to the side. David Boots. Puck played through center. Boots gets it back. Back pass. Boots behind the net. Yaros back for Boots. Near side, Svitana waiting, fires, pad save, scores! David Boots with all kinds of possession time. And he was in the right place at the right time for a rebound. It's 2-0.
And that will be his first ever men's national team goal. David Boots slides it home on the rebound, but the real play was made by Smetana to wait and delay until Boots gets close enough to the net to be a potential rebound recipient. David Vondra posted up in front, bothering Florian Hardy. Smetana waited long enough so that if there was a rebound available, Boots would be there to corral and stuff it home, and it worked out just as they hoped to make it 2-0 Slovakia. That third line has gotten both goals here for Slovakia tonight.
Boots, first-round draft pick in the QMJHL import draft by Royan Miranda. Single, plays it ahead. Low shot, Marcinko. Kuderna into the middle, Singal onto the wall. German, shot is blocked. German pinches up, trying to hold the line. Kuderna came back to help. Janisic battling for it. Just inside the blue line, 4 players digging away. And France will fire it down the ice. And that's coming back on the icing call.
Boots was involved in the first goal with a nice pass to David Vondra. So you give and you shall also receive, as Boots beats Teddy DaCosta back to the front of the net. DaCosta never got body position, had no leverage on the stick check. And Boots strong on his stick to tuck it home.
Kristoff gets the draw. Tchaikovsky fires it off a skate. Thomas Yurko looks to Sekera at the blue line. Long snapshot. Oh, tipped, and Hardy had to be careful with that. Walking right out. Back to Sekera. Fires. That's blocked. And France away. Puck turned over to Tchaikovsky. Nagy over the line for Kristoff. Kristoff circling, tries to cycle. Jonathan Janil is there. Around the boards, Clairieux. Can't clear. Thrown out of play by Kristoff.
Kristoff, talked about him before the game started. Speedy #1 centerman for Slovakia. And that big ice surface, once you start moving and get full possession in the offensive zone, it's much harder to close and get that hit and that pin along the wall. There's that much further to go. Allows people like Kristoff or Enzo Corby from Switzerland, DaCosta here in France, to be more effective.
This is Johan Ovitu, smooth skating defenseman. Threw it out to center, and Bakash just chucks it over the glass.
There's some strange roster decisions last game for France. Ovitu did not play.
Only played 1 game.
Florian Hardy was sat out. I think they're resting guys for this Slovakian game, but to no avail yet, as they have hardly mustered up anything on Ciliac. Got to check to see who's playing goal for Slovakia. Haven't said his name for a while.
4 shots in the first period. Referee will have a word. Steps out, linesman.
I just tell him, guys, it's a neutral zone face-off. Let's relax.
No need to battle for too much real estate in the neutral zone. Fleury had it skip away from him in the high slot. Laid up ahead, in off the wing. Sliding it wide was Hasek.
He's going to get an interference penalty for shooting the stick away of Hekfoy. Just silly play by Hasek. Nice play off the rush to drive the net. He got tangled up with Hekfoy. Trying to create an opportunity here, and Hector could have got a tripping penalty there, but did not. Gets up, now you gotta let this go. Just grabbed it through to the corner. And that was enough to get an interference penalty because by the definition of the rule, that's interference. You can't take the guy's stick and pitch it 40 feet away from him. So in a game where France has had nothing going on, they're gifted a power play and a chance to get back into this game.
2 for 9 on the power play in the tournament. 10th overall. Puck on the wall, low shot. And now DaCosta. Sakiashvili. Gudig. Sakiashvili fires high and wide. Elected to take the one-timer and missed. Gudig back for Sakiashvili. Far side, DaCosta.
Saint-Vaary, no glove in front of the net. That is not a good feeling.
Sakiashvili. Gudig. DaCosta. Sakiashvili.
Blocked it too with no glove.
Some bravery in the high slot, and now still digging away. France trying to corral the loose puck. Texier. Back to the line, Sakiashvili. Texier down low. Gudig had some time, looked for the touch pass to Troy, and he couldn't convert. Sakiashvili. Good looking French power play here. Gudig through the middle of the ice. DaCosta working his way down in behind the net. Troy tries to center. Puck on the wall. DaCosta fires. And that one skitters wide.
Go grab your glove already.
Saint-Vaary still with one glove. One-timer! And that shot was up high, getting across just in time was Ciliac.
This is unreal. No glove, and he wisely tucks it in behind his chest, but he takes that shot block in the good hand. He gets back to the front of the net. You got Sasha Trey, about 220 pounds, whacking away at his stick.
Looks like he hurt the other hand.
And he played like that for 45 seconds when this glove was about 8 feet away. I'm thinking after the first block, I'm getting over and getting my other glove. I need all my fingers.
Now, if the defenseman loses his stick, normally a forward will give it to him.
Yeah, I'm not giving up my glove for him either.
Forward dropped his glove over?
No way. Keep the glove in your own hands. No time for that.
And this is Stefan DaCosta onto the right side for Fleury. Evian throws it around. Back at even strength. Sekera steps out of the box and throws it down the ice. Looking for Hasek coming out of the penalty bench, but the pass was too far for him.
Pretty dangerous power play at times for France.
Looked a lot better than Slovakia's 3 opportunities in the first period.
Sure did. Let's see, Vladimir Orzov, longtime NHLer. Craig Ramsey's left. Pretty good NHL career. He's running the forwards for the Slovakian bench.
Talked about the upset last night in Herning. Denmark beating Finland. Another one potentially in the works. United States trailing Latvia 2-1 midway through the second period.
Well, it reminds me of a game I once played, the World Championships.
No, I wasn't going to bring that up today,
you
Mike.
kind of did.
I was going to give you a pass.
Oh, never.
You were part of a Team Canada.
Canada's playing Norway tonight.
Yes.
Canada never loses to Norway.
I was saving it for tonight.
Well, you can revisit it then, too. But the idea that the favorite will always beat the lesser country is not the case. In the history of Canada-Norway, Canada's only lost once.
And you were part of that, as that shot is blocked at the Worlds in 2000.
We lost 5-3. Outshot them by about 30 and lost. So it can happen. Finland, Denmark, Latvia, USA right now. Can't just expect to win by showing up. I learned that firsthand.
Sakiashvili mishandles. Throws it out to center. Oh, Rage dropped off for Fleury. In behind the net, Janicic takes the return feed. Up to Nagy. Rish throws it ahead to DaCosta. And that is whistled on the offside as Janicic and DaCosta have a few words for one another. 2-0, Slovakia. .57 remaining in the second period. Slovakia with a 2-0 lead over France. Preliminary round action. Mark Ciliak hurried. Pushes it to the right side wall. Battle for it. This is Martin Bakash. Galaga takes a bump from DaCosta.
He went down. Something happened in that collision, which was very innocent. Teddy DaCosta did nothing wrong, but DaCosta immediately, you can see it on his face, felt something go.
And Galaga in some serious discomfort as well.
Nothing to it. DaCosta slides into him, hits him no problem, and was it DaCosta landing on his back foot?
Galaga's up now and heading to the bench. Still hunched over in some pain.
A little tweak of the right knee. I just saw the facial expression when he went down. Maybe it's a pulled muscle of some kind. But he is staying on the bench right now.
Eric Galaga, the 29-year-old, playing in his 4th World Championship. Played in the 08 and 09 World Juniors, as well as the Olympics. Long Chang. A bit of shoving out near the blue line. Svitana in there.
Florent Douai is a chippy player. He is physical, runs into everything, doesn't create very much, but he's always getting after it. And if there's ever a guy on France that would be involved in this kind of stuff, it would be him. As he kind of a blind side on Christian Jaros.
Now, would they be chirping each other in English? Would that be the common?
There's no point chirping someone if they can't understand what you're saying.
Exactly.
So unless you knew they spoke French or Slovakian or any other language of choice.
Puck fired down the ice. No icing. A dangerous little jump there into the feet of Hardy, so he'll cover up. Now OV2 down there having words with Svitana.
Well, given what we've seen so far, if France can somehow make this a power play game, probably helps them, because 5-on-5 they've not generated very much, but in the power play they look very dangerous.
Thomas Marcinko lost the draw to Ritz. Puck down into the corner, shot back to Marcinko. Throws it in behind the net for Kuderna. Away from him. Middle of the ice, Marcinko drifts that over the net. And Ritz now. Offside.
has very much slowed down since Slovakia got that second goal. They just kind of clogging up the neutral zone, dumping it in, dumping it out, and challenging France to generate speed, and they just have not been able to do it. But with France, with their win over Belarus, is still looking very good to not be relegated. Unless something strange happens, it will be Korea and one of Austria and Belarus.
Johan OV2. Check that, that's right. Thomas Jurko circles back, looks to the front of the net. Jurko shoots. That hits the side of the net, comes down. Andrei Sekera in the middle for Christoph. Tchaikovsky danced through one player, couldn't get through two. And Stefan da Costa now. Janil. Resch bothered by Sekera. Slovakia will hold the zone. Christoph. Backhand pass. Ashik. Down low, Bakash. Throws it off the side of the net. Back to the line for Sekera. Tried to throw it down low, plucked neatly out of the air by da Costa. And another turnover. Ashik. Fired it off the skate of German, and France will fire at the length of the ice. Ice a little tilted right now.
Yeah, take a look at Janil. Sums up how the French are feeling on the ice right now. Dave Anderson knows he's got a tired group out there. And a lot of onus on Stefan da Costa to win this face-off and let his team get it clear.
Fresh 5 skaters on the ice for Slovakia against a tired group.
Got to make a play now, can't just shoot it around.
Shots now 19-6 Slovakia. Dominic Granjak at the point. Tried to put it down into the corner, but up over everybody's head, including David Bondras. 2-0, Slovakia leading France. Back inside Royal Arena. 2-0 Slovakia leading France. Later on tonight, the Czech Republic will take on Russia. What I assume will be a little faster than this afternoon's game. And the Czech Republic getting their roster bolstered in the last 24 hours, Mike, though we don't know if the additions will be in the lineup just yet.
Pair of Davids, David Krejci, David Pasternak flew over last night. Boston, Amsterdam, Copenhagen, landed straight to morning skate before they even went to the hotel. They were both on the ice this morning with the Czech Republic. They're still waiting to see if they're going to play tonight, though, based on how they're feeling.
What do you think? You risk putting them in?
No, I don't. You're not going to finish first or second in the pool. You're going to finish third. Just fatigue, body tightness from riding in the plane overnight, kind of the 14-hour trip you took to get here. I think you sit them out tonight's game. I hope they don't, but if I was running a team, I would have them sit out and just be ready to play with their next one. And Russia as well has added a couple players. Nikita Soshnikov St. Louis Blues added to the roster, as well as the Olympic sensation
Gusev.
Nikita Gusev. And wait till you see this guy play, Ryan. Gusev is, when he's on his game, he plays exactly like Artemi Panarin. That's the kind of player he is. So add that to a roster that has what, outscored their opponents 20-0 so far.
Have not given up a goal yet. Canadians too, adding Marc-Edouard Vlasic. They'll play the 8:15 game tonight in Herning against Norway. Vlasic not going to be in the lineup tonight for Canada.
I always like the dynamic though. So JG Pajot is there with Canada. He's wearing 44. He wears 44 for Ottawa. He's been here the whole time. Vlasic shows up midstream. More veteran guy, also wears 44.
Hot shot there.
Texier finally wakes Ciliac up, as he's been sitting around for most of this period other than the power play for France. And Texier's had some good moments in this tournament. Jumps on a turnover and puts a wrister into Ciliac's blocker. But Vlasic shows up with 44, and Pajot kindly, hopefully with some incentive, gives up 44 to Vlasic, the more veteran guy.
Well, Johnny Gaudreau in the United States had a similar situation as the puck is shoveled to the left of the net. Gaudreau won that battle because the trainer for Team USA also happens to be the Calgary Flames trainer. He just threw the name on the back of the sweater. Into the middle of the ice, Yurko misses the touch pass.
He's going to ask for a Cam Atkinson, I guess, would want it over Gaudreau. He's an all-star too. That's a tough one, because generally the tie goes to the better player, and there's not many players on Team USA better than Johnny Gaudreau.
Kristoff works his way over the line. Drop pass for Yurko. Nagy checks in. Has it taken away. Tchaikovsky tries to keep it in at the blue line. Headman pass. Texier. Through his own legs. Circles back and turns it over. Clarieux dumps it in. Marek Ciliac covers it up.
France trying to get something going off by one face-off, get down to the front of the net, screen tips, and it was a good stick from Laperriere to get a hold of that one, but tipped it just wide. And I don't think we've seen Deloga back on the ice since he left in discomfort about 5 minutes ago. Still on the bench, still looking like he's standing up, stretching something out.
Chance for France, scores! Valentin Clarieux with a shot in the high slot. And Marek Ciliac, who hasn't seen a lot of pucks, one slides by him.
Just like that, we have a game for France, who are hanging around and hanging around. Another one face-off in the offensive zone, set play. Claro, little slight bump on the pick, and then pops to the high slot. Nice job. Under traffic, fighting off a cautious stick and then getting underneath the arm of Ciliac. So that's a good route for a guy on a face-off. Set a pick and drag down towards the point, then a quick pivot into the slot and become a threat.
First of the tournament for Clarieux, just the fourth shot of the period for France. 8th of the game. And we'll see if that wakes up Slovakia a little bit.
Yeah, that's what it seems like, doesn't it? They've just kind of been sleepwalking, feeling comfortable that they're in full control of this game, because they have been. But just 2-0, now 2-1. Far from guaranteed a win.
Nerjalaga is back on the ice for Slovakia. Manning the blue line right now. That's whistled on the offside. It's a one-goal game here at Royal Arena. Back here in Copenhagen, where the French have drawn within one. 5:45 left on the clock. 9th place finish for France in the World Championship last year. And they've been in the top division since 2008. And Evian throws it, trying to dump it in. Singal comes away with it. Pass missed. Leclerc has it taken away. Puck into the middle of the ice. And that's chopped wide. Janisic fires it around the boards. German dumps it down behind the net. Off to the left side. And away comes France. Dumped in by Leclerc. Trey left it. Shot off a stick. Down in behind the net is DaCosta. Stefan DaCosta back to the point. Long shot blocked by Janisic. Janisic takes a high hit from Trey. Puck played off the boards, back to the line. And Slovakia comes away. Singal out to center. And DaCosta got the glove up high, knocking the helmet off of Lucas Singal. And so France will be shorthanded.
Teddy DaCosta not happy, but he is trying to finish his check, and he allows his stick to ride up the back of Singal and right the back of his helmet to knock his helmet off. You took his helmet off with your stick. I mean,
tough to argue. Referee standing 15 feet away.
It wasn't intentional. He was trying to get him in the back, but as Singal bent over a little bit. Maybe a moment where Slovakia actually needs their power play to do something.
And it has not looked good so far. The top unit of Christoph Nagy, Jurko, Sekera at the point, and Jaros. Nagy steps over the line. Radoslav Nagy. Back to the point for Sekera. Nagy takes it again. Point. Over to Jaros. Looks to the front. Touch pass to Nagy. And that was dangerous. Probably their best look on the power play yet. Sekera winds, waits. Jaros takes, pad save. Rebound in the high slot and a chance. Jurko couldn't find the target. Jaros back to Jurko. Down to Nagy. Jaros, far side. Kristoff, check that. Jurko back to the point. Sekera, slap pass. Nobody there, way wide. Cleared out to center. Nagy, neat little touch pass. Onto the wing. Fired around the near side. Sekera will take it. Andre Sekera down to Nagy. Back to Sekera. Plays it across. Slap shot from the point. Dominic Graniak. Sekera, long shot, tipped just wide. Graniak. Back to Sekera. Off the wall to Kristoff. Kristoff has his pass intercepted. And France skates away. Jordan Perret will dump it deep.
Much better though for Slovakia. A willingness to go side to side and get the puck off the half wall. Opened everything up for that number one unit and had a couple of good looks.
Bakosh off the right side. Puck skipped in ahead. And that's whistled on the offside.
Best chance might have been this look from Jaros all the way through to Nagy. Well read by Hardy, who meets him at the spot, nowhere for Nagy to put it. And then another good one as Jurko finds loose pucks. The common thread is, though, it was pucks to the net, bodies to the net, and a little bit of motion going on for Slovakia, not so static like their first few efforts on the power play.
With that, they're now 0 for 4 with the man advantage. That included a 4-minute double minor they failed to convert on. Johan Ovi2 on the left side, dumps it in. OV2 up there on the forecheck. Now he'll retreat back to the high slot. OV2 taking a shifted forward. Thrown out to the middle of the ice. Marek Ciliak gloves it. A lot of talk in Edmonton this year about OV2 potentially playing some time at forward. Saw a few shifts here and there. He's a good skater.
Well, I mean, I might have played with one of the best transfers. Mark Streit in Montreal was a forward when I got there and a power play defenseman, then eventually transitioned to being a very good point-producing defenseman for about a decade with the Islanders and the Flyers. So it can happen.
Brent Burns.
Brent Burns, yes, most notable case, of course.
Dustin Byfuglien.
Those guys are all moving back, though. How many guys go from defense to forward to become good forwards?
Yeah, that's a good point. Teddy DaCosta makes a move. Puck into the corner, now on the wall. Knocked high, out to center ice. DaCosta. And over the line comes Texier. Nice little dangle, stick into his hands, no call. Circling back is Texier. Martsenko. The right side, dumped in by Hasek. Lavorka working against two French players. Bakash comes over, even things up a little bit. Hard battle on the wall. France will come away with it. Clairvaux into the corner, first there, takes a bump from Jaros. Posh also digging in. Clairvaux gets his feet taken out. Onto the right side from Hasek. And a steal. Working in over the line, low snapshot. Due misfired. Tied up along the wall. OV2 to the left side. Throws it in. And no late chances here as the buzzer sounds through 40 minutes. Bit of a sluggish second period between Slovakia and France. France draws within one.
And the score after second period, Slovakia 2, France 1. And shots on goal, Slovakia 9, France 5.
It's not about the play. It's the shading shot that matters. Medium and ultra-fine technology for an ultra-close shade without irritating your skin. Medium men, the art of shade. Introducing the 2018 IIHF ad. Player statistics. Team statistics. Live updates. And introducing Guessing Game. Predict each game's final score. Win points and compete with hockey fans around the world. From any smartphone device in your own language. The 2018 IIHF app, powered by Skoda. Download it now from the Apple App Store and Google Play. Skoda. City. ship is affected by our behavior, our ambitions, and our choices. The world is changing, and we're becoming more aware that we must make choices to protect the environment. We choose to make a difference in our daily behavior and life choices. Sustainable choices are intelligent choices that help us take care of our future. Rock Zero, intelligent balls.
Number 87, 2 minutes for interference.
Back inside Royal Arena here in Copenhagen, Valentin Clairot with a goal for France in that second period, draws them within one in their preliminary round matchup here against Slovakia. Ryan Rishaug alongside Mike Johnson. Quarterfinal ramifications to this game, Mike. Both these teams eyeing the spot in the quarters and both needing this game to keep those hopes alive.
A loss in regulation would effectively eliminate whoever loses, even with a win, because Swiss beat Slovakia 2-0. That was going to be a pivotal game for potentially fourth spot. And France will be in tough. They'll have to upset a Switzerland and likely a Czech to get back in the hunt of things. But yeah, if they want to keep their hopes alive for another few days, especially Slovakia, then they got to make sure to get the win in regulation in this one.
Sweden and Russia next up for Slovakia after this game. Johan Ovi2. Hit in the corner. And Ovi2 back on it now. Had some time, but chopped it out to center. He wanted to get to the bench on a change. Granjak reversed it to the far side. Merrick Delaga shaken up in the second period. Back playing for Slovakia. Trey in a battle on the side wall. Jakiachvili rounded Teddy DaCosta. Texier tries to weave his way through. Makash. Thrown in by Hekafoy. And now played out to center ice. Just over the blue line is David Bondra, but that is whistled on the offside.
Well, the third line with David Bondra has been the best one for Slovakia in this game. And they've needed it. They've needed a little boost from someone besides their top unit. Creating some turnovers, some pucks to the net have been enough to get both goals for Slovakia on Florian Hardy.
Bondra played for the Chilliwack Chiefs in the BC Hockey League back in 2012. Jaros back to retrieve. Reverse for Boots. Svitana. Hard around the wall. Bondra is on it. Off a skate. Damian Rao throws it down the ice. Adam Janasek picks it up on the icing call.
For Slovakia, you can't approach this period the same way you approach the second half of that second period, because Dave Henderson has his team now playing a bit better. Craig Ramsey knows, sitting back and thinking, because France doesn't generate very much very often, we're going to be okay. You're just one up. You have to win this game in regulation. So you got to keep pushing forward, play in the offensive zone, draw penalties, stretch the lead out. Don't try to nurse a one-goal lead for 20 minutes.
Next up for France, Austria on Friday and the Czechs on Sunday. Nikola Ritz turns up ice, backhand pass through the middle. Leclerc lost it, all the way up ice. Kaderna stays on side, works his way down low. Kaderna off the wall to Sekera. Sekera pinches down, battling with Damien Fleury. Sekera looks around. Yurko over there to help out. Thomas Yurko. Nice move, puck in his skates, kicks it up to his stick, maintains control, back to the line. Granjak a long shot, and booted down out of the air. But DaCosta, chance on the wraparound for Nagy. And Florian Hardy had to be sharp with the skates. Thomas Yurko pops it out front. Delaga fires it down. Hard shot, up over the glass.
Ladislav Nagy has had a couple really good looks in this game. He won't be happy about not finishing. This one, wraparound, pops up on top of the pad, starts to roll over, and then bumps back into the post. Hardy's got no idea where it is. Watch it here. That is just good fortune. It's playing pinball wizard on the way down between the post and the pad, and it manages to stay out.
A shot from Bakash, and Bacardi takes that one in the midsection. Off a lost draw, France.
Hardy is the go-to goaltender. He'll have to shut the door the rest of the way in this one to keep his team alive, because offense is just so hard to come by for France.
21 saves on 23 shots so far tonight. Bakash works his way out of the corner. Back to the line, Graniak. Backhands it down low. Bakash is bumped. And away comes France. Gudik looking for Trey. It's in on the forecheck. Bumps his man. Graniak plays it to the middle of the ice. Gudik. Turned back now by France. Merrick Delaga through the middle for Yurko. And another turnover. Yurko scoops it back to the middle of the ice. Nagy looks back to the point. Jaros was there. Nagy throws it down into the corner. Kristoff back to Jaros. Shoots. Picked out of the air by Yurko. Got a little bit too much of that one. Around the boards, Ovi2 holds the line. Texier lost it. And Evian, back pass to Ovi2. Throws it up ice. Little Ritz. Into the Slovaks end. Off the glass. Svitana. Cross ice feed. Boots. Back to Svitana. Snapshot. Hit a body and rolled just past the near side. Bang shot off the end boards. Hard shot from Adam Janicic, and the Lightning third-round pick puts that up and out of play.
Better for Slovakia, though. At least they're playing in the offensive zone, pushing and trying to make some plays. Really getting their crowd into it a little bit, trying to find that third goal. Stretch it out to one more. As good representation here for the Slovakian team in this 4 o'clock local start.
Pretty decent crowds through the preliminary round. Sweden, the pseudo home team here in Copenhagen.
Czechs have traveled well, so I'm curious to see what tonight looks like with Russia.
Plenty of Finns cheering on their team in Herning last night. Good contingent of Norwegian fans as well who came south for the tournament. Leclerc takes a hard hit but gets it deep. Janicic. He's bodied. Back to the line, Chakiachvili. Leclerc. It's thrown out in front. A funny hop off the side boards.
Barely picked that puck off or whatever hit in front. It was spinning out sideways. Felt like it was rubbery. Had a funny sound.
Janicic throws it up ice for Singal. Florian Chakiachvili. Little spin-a-rama move by Chakiachvili. Gets it over to Troy, who dumps it partway in, but it's picked off. Yurko dumps it deep. Kristoff working in on the forecheck. Chasing down Damian Rao. And Troy in the middle of the ice. Costa tried to get it back to Troy. Into some skates. Gudik throws it down into the corner for Troy. Teddy DaCosta. Troy working his way in behind the net. Troy fending off a defender. Thomas Jurko will backhand it off the boards and cleared out of the blue line. And ahead of steam for Texier. Texier gets it back in the corner, takes a bump. Pop back into the corner. Texier still on it. Alexander Texier trying to go to the far side, hits a skate.
Texier has had plenty time of possession in this game. Lots of puck on his stick, but I think he's going to learn to use his teammates a little bit more. Mixing a give and go.
Nice feed there, just across the line. Oh, a high shot. Got Ciliak, and another hot shot drifted wide. Another puck thrown towards Marek Ciliak. Away comes Belarus. Svitana has that one deflected up and out of play. Still a one-goal game here at Royal Arena.
Welcome to Sola, fan of the game.
.34 remaining in the third period. 2-1 Slovakia leading France. Face off deep in France's end. Nikola Ritz gets thrown out of the face-off circle. Wing for Slovakia on the draw. Couldn't load up the shot. Boots. His way along the boards. Down low. Bondra for Svitana. Svitana back to the line. Swung across for Jaros. Christian Jaros to the far side. Chopped in on Florian Hardy. Trey falls on the wall over there. That was Lampierre. Ritz, headman pass to Lampierre, in across the line. Has a body heading to the front of the net, and a pass cross ice, knocked out of danger. Paderna fires it out to center. Damian Rao up ice for Costa, takes a hard shoulder from Jaros, knocked him right outside the zone.
Ottawa's got to be pretty happy with what they've seen out of Jaros in this tournament. He's growing in his role and his confidence as he's gone along, becoming more effective.
Always looking to shoot.
He does like to shoot. He does not look for any better options. There are no better options to him. Well, they did find Nagy pretty nicely in the back door in the one play in the second.
Singao has it. Singao throws it towards the net. Had a body heading there. That was Thomas Jurko. Damien Fleury dumps it cross ice. Jurko high off the glass. Back for Johan Ovitu. Vladislav Nagy throws it in. Ovitu tries to clear the zone, and yes, he did get it out. Tchaikovsky doesn't agree, but the linesman had a good look. Back to Copenhagen in a moment. Slovakia nursing a lead over France, 9:18 on the clock. Linesman will redo the drop of the puck here. Christoph in to take the draw, lost it clean to DaCosta. Johan Ovi2. 9 minutes remaining here for France to try and get something going offensively. Mike, it's been a pretty sluggish game, 5-on-5 for France. Not a lot of opportunities, few scoring chances.
No, single digits, count them on one hand probably combined.
Not including your thumb.
Just 10 shots on net so far for France.
Here's a chance out in front. Oh, Ciliac had to be careful as the puck skipped out from behind the net. That'll wake him up.
And that's the danger. France has done nothing in this game, and yet they're just one break, one bounce away from tying it up. They almost did.
Anthony Reich over the line. Nice dangle, Reich! Great chance, rebound! Oh, two glorious opportunities for France. And Ciliac got the first one. Reich falls just inside the line. This is the turnover. Here's Bakosh now in. Feeds it across and it just trickles wide. Dragged down was Marcel Hashak. Things starting to pick up a little. Shakiachvili on the hot rim. Played out to center. I think they heard us talking up here, Mike.
We'll show you some chances back and forth. How about that rush from Resch? A little dangle. Inside in.
And away with it comes Bondra. He's looking for Svitana. Pass is blocked. Now France starts out in their own zone to the middle of the ice. That's picked off. Jonathan Janil, good work to get it back. Working in on the right side. It's Perret. Throws a hit. Bondra off the left wing, spins back. Ferravari will dump it down the ice. And Janil back to collect. Stefan DaCosta got it just in over the line. Now comes Singal. Waits, look back to the high slot. Elects to play it down into the corner. Still chasing. Singal doing some good work in the offensive zone. This is Ovi2 now. Benevian, nice head pass to Leclerc. Breaking in off the left side, he was closed on. Didn't quite have enough speed to break in wide.
Oh, chances at both ends. There's one out in front. So Dwight just jumps right on him, but he's so close to the net, not able to elevate it past Ciliac. And here's the individual effort. Anthony Resch, outside in. He's got Granak sleep. It doesn't even touch him. Goes up high, and Ciliac makes another good save. Rebound missed as well. When you're trusting your forwards in the neutral zone to slow the opposition down, and they don't, that can put the defense in a tough spot with a bad gap and no speed. And Granach got danced because of it.
Trey works his way through the middle of the ice, had the pocket picked. And France will try again on the breakout. Drop pass to Trey, in off the right side, drops his shoulder, tries to one-hand it towards the net. Back to the line, Sakic-Vili up, unloads, and he misfired. Up to center comes Granach. Throws it down onto Hardy. Left it there for Reish. Out to the middle of the ice. Granach again. Off the wall from Yurko. Dumps it in. And Evian. Texier. Into the middle. And for Reish. OV2 at the line. Long snapshot off the foot of Ciliac and up into the netting. France picking up the pace a little. They still need one here in Denmark. Intense conversations at both benches during the commercial break as Craig Ramsey and Dave Henderson both rallied their troops. 5:16 remaining here in the third period. France trailing by a goal, but starting to apply some pressure after a sleepy second period.
We went 35 game minutes with no open ice anywhere. And all of a sudden, the last 5 minutes, guys are flying through the neutral zone easily. Wondering where this has been all game.
And Evian out to the middle of the ice. Fleury, a hard rim, knocked down by Ciliac. Sekera, bounce pass off the wall. Nagy, Yurko. Back comes Leclerc. Slovakia on a change. OV2, left side. Tried to pick the top corner from a bad angle. Yurko. Out of streaking Jaros. Sakic-Vili. Pass misses. Kristoff will dump it in and head to the bench. Sakic-Vili off of Trey's skates. Now Trey regains it. Working his way in. Stepped around the defender. Correa in there battling as well. And Slovakia will dump it down the ice. And they will not be able to change as it comes back on the icing.
Sasha Trey is a load when he gets going. He's a big, heavy man. And Craig Ramsey just said a timeout. Do we need to call it? He's thinking about it. 3:44 on the clock. A little bit of a tired group out there, but looks like he's not gonna use it right now.
Texier on the face-off, and France will win that draw. Back to the line, OV2. Snaps it down low. Bondra. Texier at the blue line, looks to the front. Oh, Larry Hughes spins and fires, not deflected up and out of play, but dangerous opportunity there.
Claro has Been around it. He's got the one tonight. Just wheels, fires. Thinking about getting it off quickly, and Gagnac just gets his stick on it. A lot of desperation defending going on right now for Slovakia. Just getting there.
Moreau had the goal in the second period. Draw France within one. Played out to center. And Ovitu, who is piling up the minutes here late in the third period. As we're approaching the final 3 minutes of play. Andre Sekera high off the glass. And Evian circles back. Damien Fleury up ice for DaCosta. And puck knocked back down the ice. Giving chase is Saakashvili.
Gotta make good decisions at the blue lines, Ryan, with the puck. If you have the puck, yes, you want to make a hard play, get it out of your end, but you can't just mindlessly ice it every single time when there has to be a better play to be made. Tchaikovsky just chops that one out, wasn't under that much pressure, and he puts his team back in their own end for another defensive zone face-off. Craig Ramsey has to think about taking a timeout.
David Boots, Teddy DaCosta. DaCosta wins the draw. Saakashvili had Perret in front, looked for his stick. Off the wall. DaCosta regroups at center. Hard rim. Round to the near boards. Trey takes a hit, pushes it down into the corner. Sekera is there. Saakashvili to DaCosta. Back to Saakashvili, working his way in behind the net. Puck is poked away from him, but Sekera can't clear. Saakashvili, far side. Troy back to the line, but Hekafoy had vacated the zone. Would have been wide open, but had to regroup, or it would have been offside. To the wing now for Ovitu, still out there. Rips it wide. In across the line comes Nagy to the forehand, scores! Ladislav Nagy with a great rush. Backhand, forehanded in, and a little insurance marker for Slovakia. 3-1.
He was due. He'd been all over the net, several chances, and he identifies a forward in Resch. So he's not going to attack the defender, Emmanuel Vion. Simple drag outside Resch. He cannot pivot with them, and then to have the strength on his edges to cut it back all the way across. Now that's an easy move against a forward. Resch looks like he's never skated backwards before, and Nagy dances right around him to tuck it in the far side. But good recognition for both Jurko and Nagy, because Jurko could have taken the rush, but he sees a forward in front of Nagy, gets it to the winger that has a direct path to a forward playing defense.
And Resch had been covering for Ovitu, who was leading the rush.
That was
for France.
a roasting on the no pivot for Resch. Now, a little conversation at the French bench. See the reaction for Resch there. Disappointed in how we got walked. You wonder if there's not an offside. No, that's not there as long as Jurko's no good. Resch has no leverage even on his stick at that point. He's standing upright. He can't even bother Ladislav Nagy as he skates right past him. And that is something that I have seen.
Coach challenge for icing situation prior to goal.
So we're going to have a challenge here from Dave Henderson.
So the challenge from Dave Henderson, if I heard the referee correctly, he said
High
a
stick?
high stick situation. And so they'll look back to see if there was a high stick playing the puck. Not a penalty, I would imagine, but playing the puck. I don't think it was offside, or maybe he said offside, but did Jurko drag that back foot? This will be very clear look. Ooh.
They might have a case.
Yes, yes, that's offside. That is offside.
Nice catch here for Dave Henderson.
So not high stick, it was maybe just a
Lost in
microphone issue offside, but that looked really quite conclusive to me. Jurko's heel just entering the zone before the puck crosses with Nagy. And Nagy's asking about it right now. Did you? Don't tell me you did. And Jurko's feeling the pressure.
This one didn't take long.
Well, that's a good sign for the challenger, I think. You'll have to rewind the clock. Get the clock back to the moment when Nagy crossed the blue line, if they call it offside.
After the review, the call on the ice is overturned. No goal.
So France has some life left in them. Minute 39 on the clock. They'll probably get some time back here. And a mistake that was made is erased. It remains a one-goal game.
Yeah, so they'll check in with the scorekeeper, reset probably 5 seconds, whatever it took Ladislav Nagy to cross the blue line and score, and Nagy will have to try to find a different way to get that third goal. They did put 5 seconds, 1:44 back on the clock. Anthony Resch can breathe easy. That play is all now forgotten. And we got ourselves a finish now.
Now, would that still be in contention for IIHF goal of the day?
Can
If
a
it didn't end
goal
up
be the
counting?
goal of the day when it doesn't count as a goal?
It's a nice play.
Seen it so many times, playing with Ladislav for about 4 years together in Arizona. It's my winger. I give him the puck and let him do just that.
Not an easy primary assist for you.
You know it.
Resch onto the wing. That pass absolutely nowhere near. Stefan DaCosta shaking his head. He actually looked back at his teammate. Kind of had his arms in the air like
That was the hairy eyeball
that was.
for the wayward stretch pass. So with 1:35 left, I would imagine as soon as France gets the puck into the offensive zone, Florian Hardy will be on his way to the bench.
France will get the draw. And behind the net is Ovi2. Johan Ovi2. Working his way through center. Dumps it deep. Ciliac plays it into the corner. Net is empty for France. Extra attacker. Troy checks in from the bench. Trey now works his way into the corner where the puck gets past him. Ovi2, the lone man back for France, rims it around for Fleury, which gave Jurko time to get there, and Thomas Jurko almost put an end to the affair. Here's Texier, and that is whistled on the offside as Ovi2 got tangled up with Tchaikovsky, which initiated the offside.
Tchaikovsky drags Resch across the line as they get piling into each other. Resch trying to hold the line. That could easily be an interference, but probably the right call just to call it offside and let him keep going. Jurko had a, here's the timeout for France. Jurko had a shot at the empty net and Nagy actually bumped it off his stick on the wing. So you take one away from me, I'll take one away from you.
Turnabout is fair play, I suppose.
So part of the decision-making process here is with a face-off outside the blue line in the neutral zone. Does Dave Henderson want Florian Hardy to start in the net and come to the bench, or just start on the bench to begin with?
Well, they've been winning draws recently.
The good part about having him start in the net, and this is where I would be thinking if I'm Dave Henderson, is if we can win the face-off, get the puck in the offensive zone, then the guy that changes for Hardy is now lost in coverage. He's coming in the zone all by himself, kind of unaccounted for. And you often see teams having trouble identifying the extra guy when he immediately leaves the bench, as opposed to if there are 6 out there to begin with.
Well, Henderson elects to make the aggressive play, and Hardy is on the bench. See if they can get the draw. This one, they do. Ovi2, slap pass to the side. Fleury, long shot. Down into the corner, 45 seconds on the clock. Back to the line, Ovi2 fakes the shot. Played it down, got it back.
High stick coming up to Marchenko if they want to give it to him.
Texier came over and gave him a little shot from behind.
This high sticking epidemic that we've seen in this tournament continues. Stefan DaCosta is the latest recipient of a wayward stick by Marchenko. Another one, they're trying to lift sticks and missing time and again right to his chin.
So this will equate to a two-man advantage for France with the net empty. They had one power play earlier in the game, looked really good. Didn't score, but lots of zone time and had it set up nicely. So
now imagine it'll be timeout Slovakia.
Yes, you are correct, sir.
Craig Ramsey will dial up his game plan. Another situation that you don't practice. You don't practice when you're in the NHL. You certainly don't practice prior to an international event like this. 6-on-4 defense. It's more of a common sense approach, and that's what Craig Ramsey's trying to instill right now. How aggressive you want to be. There's just 31.5 seconds left, so you don't want to get outnumbered by the net. One man can press a little bit, but don't get caught multiple guys running to the corners and abandon the danger areas of the slot in the front of the net.
And Slovakia gets a free shot at the empty net, being shorthanded. So Texier steps into the face-off circle, staring down David Boots, 31.5 on the clock. France needs a goal to keep their quarterfinal hopes somewhat intact. Texier gets the draw clean. OV2 over to the far side. DaCosta fires! And a save made by Ciliac. Nice play off the draw from France.
It almost happened too cleanly because with the support on the draw from Trey, OV2 to DaCosta, the screen doesn't really have a chance to materialize. Teddy DaCosta was sliding as an outlet on the goal line. They need someone in front of Ciliac, make him look around him.
DaCosta in against Boots. France gets another draw. DaCosta across for OV2. That shot hit his skate. OV2 turns it over. Boots plays it ahead. 2-on-1 open net. Game is over. A turnover by OV2 in the far corner. And that'll do it. 3-1 Slovakia. They're not calling that one back.
Jankowski made no mistake putting that one in the empty net. Play made by Boots right here. Quick stick and then pulling it off and making a pass, not just chopping it up into DaCosta's shins, but having the wherewithal to make a play so that they can pass it out of the zone and secure the victory.
Big win for Slovakia. Their second consecutive win over Austria with 9 seconds left on the clock. Meanwhile, Mike, down the road in Herning, 2-2 US-Slovakia through regulation. Check that US-Latvia. So Latvia takes a valuable point from the US and maybe more. The final seconds tick away here in Copenhagen. They bent a little, but they didn't break. Slovakia comes up with 3 in a 3-1 win over France. They now have 7 points in the tournament.
And the score after the third period, Slovakia 3, France 1. And shots on goal in the third period, Slovakia 7, France 5, and totally Slovakia 8 quick hits and France 14. Ladies and gentlemen, the best player of each team will be awarded with the official watch from Tissot, official timekeeper of the 2018 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship. The prizes will be presented by Luc Tardif, IIHF Council member. And the best player of Team France is player number 63, Alexandre Texier. And the best player of Team Slovakia is player number 17, David Brook. And ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Team Slovakia. The 2018 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship will continue in Royal Arena. Tonight at 8:15 will the game between the Czech Republic and Russia. Get your official merchandise today. Don't forget to visit the NEH Merchandise Center in the fan zone. And don't forget to buy your tickets for the next game. Tickets can be bought at Ticketmaster's box office in the arena and in the fan zone.
David, it seems like your team really built off that first win and had a lot of confidence. Did it feel that way out there?
For sure. You know, huge win for us. I think that momentum, like you said, we built off that from our win against our last win. So, you know, a good 3 win for us. We had good pressure on them in the first period. You know, once they scored, they put a little pressure on us. But kudos to the boys for, you know, battling and getting that 3-1 win.
Does it feel like everyone's getting used to Craig Ramsey's style of coaching and the systems he's put in place?
I think so. I mean, everybody plays this style of hockey nowadays, so it's nothing new. But the boys really believe in it, and I think it showed.
Now with 2 wins under your belt, do you feel like your team still has another level to reach?
I think so. I mean, the tournament's not over. Our goal, like I said yesterday, is to make it to the quarterfinals, and I think that goal is reachable. All of us think it's reachable. So we just got to keep battling through. I mean, we have 3 good teams ahead of us, but anything can happen, and we believe in ourselves, so that's most important.
Well, best of luck.
Thank you.
Great game. Your team kept it close despite being outshot. How important was it to have strong goaltending today?
It was important for us. It's a game that we wanted to win, but unfortunately we don't win tonight. But that's hockey, and just focus for next game now.
What was the difference in the game?
I think our first period was really bad. With the puck, we were not strong enough, and they were skating more, and they worked harder than us. Then end of second and third period, we worked hard, but not enough. So.
Well, best of luck the rest of the way.
Yeah, thank you.